First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Second down, Prescott. And that is incomplete here. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Bears take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Waiting!
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Go. 80. 50, 50.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. First by him near the 35. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Caught, Kelsey, left side. He's to the 10. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill. He's got this one complete to Fountain. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the first down.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, good move. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. Up past the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A second down throw for Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go. Got 20.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They begin with a run by Yeldon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On third down, it's Prescott. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Let's go, get set. Hey, 20. Run.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hey. Tiger. Do.
Now Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Hey, 30.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. Finding room to the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Rodney Gunter coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go. Wide, hey. Switch it, hey.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
Good 80. Tiger. Play.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time. And it's 3rd and short. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. He spins free. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Tannehill, throwing one incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
2nd and 10, Tannehill once more. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. He got a hand in there to break that one up.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
There's a give to Yeldon. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. 20! And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there from McCaffrey. 45 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the one. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
28!
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Kyle Juszczyk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one caught by Crowder. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff to Yeldon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Packers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Yeldon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
There you go. Wide, 8. Switch and 8.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Gun. 26.
Prescott. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
There you go. Wide, 8. 26.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Prescott now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
There we go. Wide, 8. Switch and 8. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. On the catch, it's Crowder. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Here we go. Wide, 8. 26.
Now T.J. Yeldon. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. After the penalty, it's Yeldon. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
He'll get it up the middle. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Let's go. Round 80. 50.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. McCaffrey with a first down and more. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20.
30. Lock.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. On first down, Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. On second down, Nelson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third. Down.
Four down.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38. You ain't going nowhere.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He finds Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Now a give, right side. Nelson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Chicago, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.